How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some super creepy things that have been caught on camera that are starting to freak the internet out. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this. If you came back as a ghost after you died, what would be the first thing you'd do? Sneak into somewhere you're not allowed, haunt someone you didn't like, or would you just Netflix and chill? Redditor Wayne Bruce 11 seems to think they might have caught a spirit doing just that. According to the poster, they've dealt with this ghost for over 15 years. However, they say it's only made itself known by turning lights on and off, particularly around the holidays, when their house is decked out in festive Christmas decorations. Up until now, it seems they've never been able to catch the activity on camera. So, when the family woke up one morning and found the TV on and tuned into a channel none of them ever watched, they quickly checked their home security camera to see what had happened. Take a look. Sure enough, the camera shows the TV mysteriously turning itself on in the middle of the night, at 3:33 AM to be precise, a time often considered to be the witching hour. Over the course of a few minutes, the supposed ghost seems to flick through a few different channels. Then a short time later, the camera itself changes from black and white night vision mode to full color. So what could be going on here? As usual, several Redditors had their own theories. Some suspected that the TV might have been updating or that a neighbour with a remote program to the same frequency was responsible. Others, however, seemed certain it was the work of a poltergeist with a penchant for late night TV. Hey peeps, just a quick interlude to let you know today's episode is sponsored by Hunter Killer. Now it's awesome sponsors like these that allow us to keep making the content you know and love. Do you like mysteries and stories about murder and intrigue? Are you looking for a fun new activity to do with your partner, friends or family? Then Hunter Killer is for you. Hunter Killer is a crime in a box just waiting to be solved. You get to be the detective as you sort through evidence, piece together clues and solve the mystery in this truly immersive experience. Pick from standalone single-part crime cases, multi-chapter mystery boxes, jigsaw puzzles, books, or an exclusive monthly subscription storyline that unfolds over 6 months. I've been a customer of Hunter Killer in the past, and when they contacted us to do a promo, I was super excited. This time I played through Dead Below Deck, an exotic whodunit set in the Caribbean. I was tasked with solving the mystery of what caused the death of a stewardess on board a luxury yacht. Now what's awesome about Hunter Killer is every item in the box has clearly been lovingly created with amazing detail. Every piece of evidence feels authentic, helping to drive the narrative of the story seamlessly. There's even digital components like interacting with AI, emails and voicemail lead-ins. Games are optimized for 2 to 4 players, but you can play solo and even groups of 6 or more can have a crack too. Now, seeing as it's nearly Halloween, it's the season of the witch at Hunter Killer, with up to 50% off horror and supernatural themed cases. Get a huge 50% off seasons 1 and 2 of the special Blair Witch edition, or try your luck at solving Empty Faces or The Ghastly Manor, which also have huge savings this Halloween season. Games are available online at hunterkiller.com as well as Target and Walmart in the US. Seeing as it's the Halloween season, Hunter Killer's gone and hooked you guys up with an amazing deal. Just use my special link in the description box below, it's also pinned in the comments there, and at checkout use the code SLAPPED, S-L-A-P-P-E-D, SLAPPED. That'll get $10 off your entire order. So pick a game and support our channel now. Cemeteries are creepy at the best of times, but if you ever get the chance to visit one after dark, they can be pure nightmare fuel. When the investigators from the YouTube channel Soy Ramses decided to explore an old graveyard, it seems that they probably got more than they bargained for. As the video begins, we see the investigators speaking briefly to the camera.
Nos queda la policía ahorita, amigos, para preguntarnos qué estábamos haciendo, porque obviamente pues que estén dos personas en un cementerio se ve sospechoso, y más con el equipo que estamos trayendo, pues nos interrogamos.
However, if you look closely, you'll notice that the paranormal activity might have already started. There's a shadowy figure walking among the graves. Take a look.
Nos queda la policía ahorita, amigos, para preguntarnos qué estábamos haciendo, porque obviamente pues que estén dos personas en un cementerio se ve sospechoso, y más con el equipo que estamos trayendo, pues nos
The
interrogamos.
YouTubers then begin their investigation and soon discover what appears to be an empty grave full of muddy water.
Probablemente, mira.
The grave doesn't seem to be freshly dug, and nothing else around it indicates that it could have been filled by heavy rain.
Se roban los ataúdes y los cuerpos, y eso pues puede ser una clara evidencia, pues podría ser que sí.
They continue on, and it isn't long before they get a fright while examining some tombstones. Watch.
Atrévete a mostrarte.
Güey, guacha. No mames, güey. No mames, güey.
Watching that again, two bottles resting on a nearby grave suddenly topple over. However, there doesn't seem to be anyone else around that could have caused it.
Guacha. No mames, güey. A ver, escucha.
No has cortado nada, ¿verdad?
No.
Ok, quiero que te acerques y que la gente vea.
The investigators search the area.
Güey, eso es todo. Oye, no mames, güey.
Then a noise catches their attention. That's when they spot the shadowy figure lurking nearby.
Le tiro la luz. Está haciendo algo aquí, pero está haciendo ahí. Le tiro la luz, tengo que ver.
¡Ey!
Ve. No, güey, no mames, güey.
They give chase, but soon lose sight of it.
¡Ey!
¡Ey!
No, güey, no mames, güey. No, güey. No, espérate, güey.
¿Quién eres?
Then they stumble across a broken grave where they discover something rather unnerving. Take a look.
¿Quién eres? ¿Qué estás haciendo aquí?
Guacha. No mames, güey. Está así, mira, aquí está su mano. ¿Qué es eso, güey?
No, güey, ya vámonos, güey.
While the contents of the bag is probably a little too graphic for YouTube, we'll leave a link to the original video in the description box below, so you can go and check it out for yourself.
No mames, güey, no, güey. Vámonos, güey. No. Vámonos, espérate.
No, güey.
Pilots often report seeing strange things on their long flights high up in the sky. This footage was captured in 2020 by a pilot flying over Medellin, Colombia. Take a look at what they saw. At first, we can see the controls in the cockpit. They show that the plane is travelling at around 30,000 feet in altitude. Then the camera focuses out of the window where a dark, strangely shaped object can be seen flying through the sky. A close-up reveals that the object is likely brown or black in colour and possibly cube-shaped. It's since been estimated that the object was around 10 to 15 feet in diameter, probably too small for it to have been piloted. One theory that's been put forward is that it could have been some sort of alien drone or probe researching Earth. This clip is a real head-scratcher. What do you think that object is? Could it really be alien in origin, or is there another more simple explanation? Love to hear your theories on this one in the comments section down below. There are countless hotels around the world that claim to have resident ghosts haunting their rooms. However, there's usually little footage to back these claims up. This image, however, uploaded to our Slaptam subreddit by FantMotW, might just show evidence of one such haunting. According to the Redditor, the security staff of the Hilton Netherland Plaza in Cincinnati, Ohio, received this photo from a guest staying in the hotel. Upon first glance, it doesn't seem to show anything unusual. However, if you focus on the very end of the hallway, you may notice a strange shape. A zoom reveals the shape in more detail, the possible silhouette of a woman in a ball gown. The hotel has allegedly been haunted for decades by a spirit known as the Lady in Green. She is said to frequent the hotel's Hall of Mirrors and seems particularly fond of spooking people in the elevator. Staff and guests claim to have heard her disembodied voice whispering to them, or even seen her before she suddenly vanishes without a trace. According to the story, the Lady in Green was the widow of a painter who died while the hotel was under construction. Then, when the hotel opened, she supposedly checked herself into one of the rooms before throwing herself from a window in grief. Now, she is said to haunt the halls, searching for her lost husband. So does this photo really show the infamous Lady in Green? Let me know where you land on this down below. This unnerving photo was shared to the Facebook page The Cornish Ghost Whispers Paranormal UK. According to the poster, it was taken 15 years ago while visiting an old jail. If you look closely at the bottom right corner of the photo, there appears to be a strange figure. Viewers think it looks like an old man, one who's wearing glasses and a white shirt. The poster even says that the figure resembles her deceased grandfather. To make the image even stranger, if you look just to the left of the woman, there's also an unusual mist-like shape. So what do you think? Has something supernatural really been caught on camera here? Or are these shapes little more than a case of pareidolia? Share your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Does this pic show a ghostly photo bomber? When Redditor Real Life Goblins shared it online, opinions were mixed. The photo was taken when the poster's brother and his band decided to get some professional shots taken. However, according to the band, of which there are only 4 members, the photographer was the only other person there at the time. Looking at the image, there is certainly another figure present. Just who or what it is remains a topic of debate. One viewer in particular noted the mysterious figure's disproportionately long arm as a sign that it could indeed be something supernatural. However, as with many photos of this nature, it seems ultimately left to the viewer to decide what exactly it shows. Was there really no one else present that day, or is the mysterious figure just another person cast in shadow? Before we take a look at a mysterious sighting captured in Mexico, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy videos. When a strange object appeared in the sky above Tlaxcala, Mexico, TikToker Vala Navarro 120 quickly grabbed their camera and captured this video. The strange object remains still, seemingly unmoving from its place in the sky. While the footage is brief, a still image of the object allows us to get a clearer look. It actually appears to be shaped like a 7-pointed star. One viewer in particular pointed out that the object in the video is similar in shape to several objects that were reported in an incident over Nuremberg in 1561. According to an illustrated news article from the time, many men and women of Nuremberg saw an aerial battle out of the sun, followed by the appearance of a large black triangular object and exhausted combatant spheres falling to earth in clouds of smoke. The article claims that witnesses observed hundreds of spheres, cylinders, and other odd-shaped objects that moved erratically overhead. This illustration here depicts objects of various shapes, including crosses, small spheres, 2 large crescents, a black spear, and cylindrical objects from which several smaller spheres supposedly emerged and darted around the sky. Well-known psychiatrist Carl Jung later dismissed the incident in Nuremberg, expressing a view that the spectacle was most likely a natural phenomenon with religious and military interpretations overlying it. Others believe that the incident might have actually been a naturally occurring phenomenon known as a sundog. Sundogs are caused by the refraction of sunlight by ice crystals in the atmosphere. They typically appear as a pair of light patches to the left and right of the sun and are best seen when the sun is near the horizon. So did this TikToker manage to capture an object on video similar to those reported in the Nuremberg incident of 1561? Or is this something else entirely? Let me know your theories on this in the comments down below. Now, if you love creepy videos, then you'll love the rest of our content. You can check out these 2 links here for more. Also, remember to follow us on all our other socials. There's links in the description box below. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.